So my first job out of undergrad was at a company called Lucent Technologies, which at the time was one of the biggest and most successful telecom companies in the world. They were a Bell Labs spinoff. And I had interned with them 2 summers in undergrad through an organization called Inroads Incorporated. And so I was an Inroads scholar, 2 summers at Lucent. They offered me a full-time position. Coming out, I was making around $40,000 a year, which seems low now, but at the time, I didn't know anybody else who was making that money coming out of school other than engineers made more money. And then after that, there was a huge drop off. But so I started there in a corporate security organization, not realizing that I'd come full circle back to the concept of corporate security decades later. I went to law school while I was working at Lucent. So I worked, 8 to 5 in corporate America and then law school 6 to 10. I was in a 4 year law program, graduated a semester early. So I did it in 3.5 years and then got clerkship in New Jersey Superior Court, where I clerked for a phenomenal African American judge named Renee Jones Weeks, who just shaped my career and helped me in so many ways. Just a phenomenal trailblazing woman. And after I clerked, I went to the New Jersey Attorney General's office. I was a deputy AG there in Newark, New Jersey for 4 years. The privilege of being sworn in by one of my mentors to this day, the Honorable Peter C. Harvey, who was New Jersey's first Black Attorney General and has had a tremendously successful career as an attorney. Transitioned from there to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Washington, D.C., where I spent 13 years there, prosecuted all manner of violent crimes for my first half of the time there, and then transitioned over to white collar. That was really like where my eyes opened up to the possibility of new worlds and new opportunities professionally and financially beyond the federal government. So we're talking about, fraud and public corruption, cybercrime. The office started the first ever cybercrime unit, and I was selected to be one of the few attorneys to start that unit up. That was very pivotal and pivotal point in my career. And, I owe a lot to, good brothers who were leading that office as the U.S. Attorney, Ron Minchin and Vince Cohen as the number 2 guys in that office who recognized hard work, recognized talent, and putting me in positions to win. So when I got into, working, cybercrime and fraud and corruption cases, that really opened my eyes to the fact that I could transition this out to the private sector and into corporate America, which is where I always wanted to end up anyway. I went from the U.S. Attorney's Office to Facebook, and that was just, a really tremendous opportunity to marry all the skills I had accumulated from my work in the federal government, state government, and corporate America into now this global powerhouse called.
And then you left Facebook and what do you do now?
So now I'm in-house counsel at Pacific Gas and Electric, which is headquartered in California, and I'm their main counsel for artificial intelligence. And I also support on issues related to cyber security and privacy.